Bang! Needs knives. I'm Jared. My lovely wife Kara's playing her video game, Call of Duty, and she is kicking ass. And in this video, we are talking about slim knives. I have a whole bunch of them ready. These are in no particular order, but they are all great knives. So I'll let you decide which one you like the best. But this is the Asher Nomad frame lock, and I picked this one between the Asher knives because it's the thinnest version. Even if I pull out the Asher Nomad 2.0, you can see it is a lot slimmer. And then if I pull out the Asher Spyro, it's significantly thinner. Now, one thing that all of these knives are going to have in common, this was the Axis Lock version, is that they all, on this list, what's considered slim, in my opinion, it's under a ½ inch. All the knives on this list are going to be thinner than a ½ inch. So, starting the list off with this Asher Nomad frame lock, great thumb stud action, nice and smooth, G10 on one side, steel on the other, S35 Vn blade steel, great steel, especially for the price point. Nice deep carry clip, and like I said, it's super slim in the pocket, and at any time, even though it's so slim and it's easy to carry, you got a nice full-size knife in your pocket. Great action, reverse flick, the texturing on the thumb studs are really nice. The access to the lock bar is really good. G10 is done very well, and it's reversible, the pocket clip, which also is inset in the frame and has flat screws. Next, quiet carry Waypoint, very slim in both directions. Vanax steel, which this knife basically is corrosion resistant, the entire thing. The liners on it are LC200N, which is a great steel for a blade, let alone for the liners. Titanium scales, deep carry pocket clip, and yeah, it is on phosphor bronze, but great action. Mine's very smooth. It's not like a drop shutty bearing action, but very, very smooth regardless. And it's just a nice slim knife that has a beautiful hollow grind, cuts really good. I think the blade stock thickness is only like 90 thousandths. These things cut incredibly well and are very, very easy to carry considering how slim they are. Next, we have the Spyderco Chaparral. Now, I've featured this knife or showed this knife many times in my videos, but it's just a great knife. I mean, it's such a good knife, so easy to carry, super duper slim. I mean, mega slim. The blade stock is very thin, nice geometry, CTS XHP on this, FRN scales. This one has aftermarket titanium hardware, but yeah, very easy to carry and just a great knife. Whether it's your primary or your secondary. Next, the Kershaw Bare Knuckle. Great ball bearing action, aluminum scales, very slim. It was the first thing I noticed getting this knife was just how slim it is. And then the scales or the handle has a taper right here that gets down to really thin right there. Reversible deep carry pocket clip. It does have the sub frame lock. Great action. Great flipping action as well. Mine's in 14C28N, but you can find these in M390 for under $100. These ones are right around 65 bucks or something like that. But yeah, great knife. Love this knife. Love the blade steel too. And what a usable blade shape. This is such a great blade shape for EDC. Next, sticking with the Kershaws, we have the Kershaw Knockout 14C28M blade steel. Love the steel, aluminum handles, and another sub frame lock. This one's also a deep carry pocket clip. These are USA made, both the ones, even the Knockout or the bare knuckle I pulled out, USA made. And nice and slicey. Very slim though. Very, very slim. It's tall this way, but slim in the pocket. This is another one. As soon as I got it, it was the first thing I noticed was, man, this thing is very, very slim. Now, this one is assisted though. So if you like assisted knives, this is possibly one of my favorite assisted knives out there, meaning it does have a spring in there to help spring it out. But great knife, great knife. Now, another one, USA made, 14C 28M blade steel, aluminum scales, and this one's also assisted. Mine is de-assisted, as you can see, but I don't mind. I like it. I don't mind it being de-assisted. I just slow roll it. No, there's no detent when you de-assist the leak, but you can still flick it very easily. But you know, it's a very slim knife in all directions. Nice Wharncliffe blade shape. Super useful blade shape. Again, like I said, 14C 28M blade steel, aluminum scales. It's not a deep carry clip, but it is reversible. You can flip it at least up or down. I prefer this one. Normally, I prefer all my knives tip up, but in this instance, I like it tip down just because when it's on this side, there's so much hanging out of the pocket. I think this knife is just better suited as a tip down, but great, great knife. And yeah, I've loved this knife for a very, very long time. Nice hollow grind, good geometry, nice thin blade stack. Yeah, great, great knife. And another one that's USA made. Now, another one. The Civivi Elementum. Now, this is the S35 Vn version. Now, why did I pick the S35 Vn version? Well, because it's actually slimmer than this D2 friend. It has a thinner blade, and it's just thinner overall since the blade is thinner. So, since it's thinner, I chose this one to be on the video. So, the Civivi Elementum S35 Vn version. And yes, it is slimmer than even the button lock version. So great knife. Like I said, S35 Vn, hollow ground, drop point blade, liner lock, G10 scales. There's other versions, you know, you can find, and then you can swap scales if you have different, you know, multiple versions of it. You can see the S35 right there. Deep carry clip, flat screws. It's not in set, but still very good in the pocket. The action is really good. It is on ceramic bearings, and yeah, just an amazing knife. I love the profile of the Civivi Elementum. Just a fantastic knife. Next, the Ferrum Forge Prolic. Now, this is a smaller knife. But, you know, nevertheless, it's slim, deep carry clip with an inset clip. Amazing clip. I love the clip on these. You do have the finger choil in this Nitro V blade steel. Great blade steel. So you can get a full grip. If you're down here, you know, it is a little short. Your finger kind of falls off, at least in my hand. But with the choil, gives you a full grip. Nice jimping on this Nitro V steel. G10 shadow box scales, meaning the liners or the steel liner lock is exposed around the edges. Great action, also great acoustics. And yeah, just a great EDC knife. Nice and slim, very easy to carry, and it's not it's a small little guy, but great, great knife. Next, now this one's a little bit more expensive, but we're going to pull it out anyways. The Olamic Whippersnapper. Now, the Olamic Whippersnapper has, oh man, it's probably the best front flipping action I've felt on a knife. I mean, it is amazing, especially from a production knife. I know these are called customs, but it's a production knife. It's just, you know, customizable. You can get them in any configuration you want. This one's an M390 steel. Love this blade shape. The grind is really good. The ergos are very nice, especially with this front finger choil. Titanium frame lock. And I always say I don't like the clips that are done like this, to have like the titanium ball or the ceramic ball. In this example, this one's really good. This one actually works very, very well in and out of the pocket. And yeah, the action is redunculous. Whether you're top flipping it, reverse flicking it, or even thumb flicking it, they all work great. Beautiful colors on this guy. And yeah, just an amazing, amazing knife. Next, we have the Real Steel Luna Boost. Now, this one comes in a slip joint version, but this one's a frame lock version. N690 blade steel, and it is a poltergeist design, which I like their designs. Titanium frame lock on this one because this is the titanium version, but they come in a lot of different versions with this. Amazing clip. This is a nice slim clip. You know, the whole thing is just nice and slim. You can kind of see how slim it is. I love the colors, how the colors all kind of just pop together. And this is a removable thumb stud that you can easily take off. They do supply the thumb stud and the tool. Great slow rolling action. But you can still flick it or reverse flick. But yeah, definitely a gent knife in my opinion, but really good knife. Has jimping right here and right here, really locks you in when you're in this grip. Nice thin blade stock, very slicey. And yeah, just a well-built little knife. The Real Steel Luna Boost. Couldn't have made this video without mentioning the Bugout, because the Bugout is just a very lightweight, slim knife. You know, regardless of how slim it is, it's just very lightweight. Now, mine is slightly thicker than the production, or the way it would come from the factory, because I have these micarta scales, but from the factory with the FRN scales, it's even slimmer than this. But this did not thicken it up that much. And yeah, very slim knife, very easy to carry. But at any time you have a full-size knife. S30V on mine. Like I said, I got the burlap micarta scales from RC. I think it's from RC Blade Works. Thanks to a generous person in the community. Deep carry clip. I like the blue hardware on mine. I want to get blue hardware all the way around. I think that would make it pop even more. The action on these are really good. Very cool. That is, the Benchmade Bugout. Next, now you could use any one of their knives, but this is the TRM Shadow. Now, we could be talking about the TRM Neutron or the TRM Atom, which are both slimmer than this one, but this is still a very slim knife. Now, let me pull up the Benchmade Griptilian, which, you know, they're kind of similar, but if you look at the scales, it's a lot thinner than the Griptilian. And even right here it's thinner, let alone how it swells out. These are more flat, but they're still contoured. So the ergos on this thing is very, very nice. Now, if we were talking about the Neutron or the Atom, way thinner. I mean, those are very, very thin knives. Extremely thin. Now, this one does thicken up a little bit, but it's still very slim, especially for the kind of knife it is. But since it's so, even though it's so slim, it's tall in these areas, which gives it a very comfortable, solid grip that I really do love. This is USA made, 20 CV G10 titanium clip that's inset with flat screws, and it's reversible. So this is definitely ambidextrous. So if you're a lefty out there, this is a great buy. The Kaiser Sheepdog non-flipper. So this is one you have to flick with your thumb or with a reverse flick, but man, I love it. I like getting rid of that flipper tab. It makes the ergo so much better. This thing is very, very smooth, and the action is really good. It has nice acoustics. This one is in 154 cm, a flat grind, good geometry though. black micarta scales, and a steel liner. Not a deep carry clip, but a very good clip that hangs on very good. Just a great knife, man. Nice detent on it. Yeah, I like this version a lot. The Spyderco Sheepdog non-flipper. You can see the love marks on that thing. That'll all even out eventually. Now, this one is a fixed blade. The Mike Emler, well, the Artisan Sea Snake, but it's designed by Mike Emler. Now, why would I be bringing a fixed blade out here? Because it is so thin. That's one thing you will think right away getting it in your hand. This thing is extremely thin. It's even slim in this dimension, but yeah, very comfortable in the hand, very good. This is an extremely useful blade shape for so many different reasons. Whether it's for utility or even just slicing as a work knife, it does come with a sheath and a chain to be a neck knife. Good retention on the sheath. It is an AA, if I can get it to come up, it's in the ARRPM9 steel. And yeah, great knife. Really like that little fixed blade. Next, we got the Civivi Knives Trailblazer. Now, this is the Trailblazer XL, so they do have a smaller version of this, but very slim knife. Extremely slim, but the ergos are very neutral. This thing is very comfortable. Because it's so slim, though, you do feel this clip quite a bit, but regardless, it's still extremely comfortable. Nice thin blade stock, nice hollow ground blade, so extremely slicey. Now, this is a fake bolster, and this is, just basically a slip joint. Has one stop right there. This one's in steel and G10. Mine has D2, but I think they might be coming out with these in 14C28N. But yeah, great knife. And like I said, they do have the smaller version, and they also come in a bunch of different colors. So good retention on this pull too, so you're not going to have to worry after you have it open of it just closing on you. It's very solid. So it's definitely a reliable kind of slip joint, and it's a full-size slip joint. Okay, a few more really quick ones. We have the Artisan Centauri. I love this knife. S35 Vn blade steel. It is a front flipper, titanium frame lock with micro milling, and it also has the carbon fiber. Now, you can get these in micarta as well. Beautifully well done titanium milled pocket clip. I would love to get the small version of this. I might actually do that just because I like this knife so much. It's a great knife. Very slim though. So you do have the taper right here and the height right here, which is going to make it very comfortable in the hand, but it's extremely thin. So that's why it's on the list. Great front flipping action. And yeah, just a great knife overall. Beautiful blade shape. Love this blade shape. Just a gorgeous looking knife. That's why I'd love to have the smaller version in micarta. Now, one of its cousins, the Artisan Ariane. This one is very similar. I just actually did an unboxing with this knife, but very similar to this knife. And this one's in burgundy micarta. Beautifully well done flat ground blade. That's just, it looks so beautiful. Reverse flicking action or thumb flicking action. It is a titanium frame lock, again with the micro milling. I love the micro milling. It looks really good. Nice low profile clip, but just like the Centauri, nice and slim in the pocket and in the hand. But, with the neutral grips and the height, it really is very comfortable. Well done jibbing, S35 Vn blade steel. And yeah, an amazing, amazing knife. I don't know in my unboxing, a couple people made a comment. I don't know if I said it was like $260 or something. I don't know why I would say that. Maybe I was reading it or something, but I paid $200 for mine. So I just want to make that clear really quick. You can get these for $200. I got mine from KnifeWorks. So 2 more. The Alien Knives Dx2. This thing is mega slim because it is not a small knife. The biggest knife on this list. This is a big knife. Very long. I think it's basically almost a 9-inch knife, if not full 9 inches, but super duper slim. I mean, very, very slim. What do we have here? Here is the Mannix, and you can see how much thicker the Mannix is than it. So very slim, especially for the size. I really like this knife. Very, very deep, thin blade, and very thin hollow grind. Nice and comfortable in the hand. It is tall in this dimension, which makes it very comfortable, but you can't help but notice how slim it is. The action, very nice. I love the acoustics too. This one's in S35 Vn blade steel. The Alien Knives Dx2. Great, great knife. Love that knife. Now, last but not least, I couldn't make this list without the Slim MIDI. This is the Medford Slim MIDI. Amazing knife. The acoustics are amazing on this knife. S35 Vn blade steel with a hand-done hollow ground blade. Titanium frame lock with the beautiful falling leaf pattern. It just looks so beautiful. Very, very slim though. The whole thing, the blade stock, the scales, everything is very, very slim on this. The action is so good, especially on this one with its bearings, because they did come with phosphor bronze originally. Now with the bearings, this thing is very, very smooth. I like this. I love this knife so much. Nice and comfortable in the hand, even though it is very slim. Now with any knife that is slim, you know, you might sacrifice a little bit of ergos with it. You know, it just depends on the height here and the shape and everything and how the edges are chamfered. But yeah, I find this to be pretty comfortable considering how thin it is, and just a great knife. USA made by Medford Knives. They do have larger, thicker versions of this exact same knife. It also comes in a Tonto or a drop point blade. Mine is the drop point. And the regular Marauder is a beast. Then they have the MIDI Marauder. And then this is the Slim MIDI. So, amazing knife. And thank you guys for watching. I love you guys. Peace.